time. You already know, I ain't gotta tell them why. Get your hands to the sky. Get your hands to the sky. Yeah. Ain't no glory for the faint of heart. We all stars, win or lose, we don't play the part. And when the going getting tough, I get to going hard. You bring your best and you know I'ma tear them apart. We been in survival, rival. I ain't got no time for anyone who ain't put in the work that I do. You ain't heard about it, think I'm gonna remind you. I've been out here doing what I say, it's what defines you. This is our time, hands to the sky. You already know, I ain't gotta tell them why. Hands to the sky, this is our time. You already know, I ain't gotta tell them why. This is our house. Yeah, and we can't put it down. This is our house. We go around, come around. This is our house. Hands to the sky. You already know, I ain't gotta tell them why. This is our house. Yeah, and we can't put it down. This is our house. You could doubt us, that's fine. But know one thing, real legend don't die. You could doubt us, that's fine. But know one thing, real legend don't die. And we ain't gonna leave till we win. It's 10 out of 10. Y'all, they can't believe what they see. And they telling a friend, yo, go pay the rent. This is our house, we beat them all down. Energized by the crowd, they're saying it now. This is our time, hands to the sky. You already know, I ain't gotta tell them why. Hands to the sky, this is our time. You already know, I ain't gotta tell them why. This is our house. Yeah, and we can't put it down. This is our house. We go around, come around. This is our house. Hands to the sky. You already know, I ain't gotta tell them why. This is our house. Yeah, and we can't put it down. This is our house.
Welcome, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Niner Sickness Podcast. I am your host, Niner Sickness. How's everybody doing? Hope everyone is having a wonderful, wonderful Monday, the start of the week. OTAs have started. Where could Brandon Ayuk be during these OTAs? We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the Niners, and we're going to do some game predictions. All of that right after this. Welcome back, everyone. I just want to welcome Don Dotson's in the house, Daniel Barry Sports Highlights. We got Kenny. What's up, Kenny? We got our old faithful Tommy Huxley. Jimmy, what's in the house? We got David Corona popping in. Let's make sure that we say hi to everyone. Give me a second. Hey, butt whoop. What's up? Jimmy says, what's up, Beto? Daniel Barry Sports. Hey, everyone. Happy Monday. Don says, hey, Niner family. Kenny says, hey, Beto. And yes. This is what I'm talking about. Please do not forget to chew the Debo like button. Also, don't forget to wipe your feet. And if you haven't subscribed, what the heck are you waiting for? Please do so. Let's go. Let's go. David Corona in the house. What's up, David Corona? Good to see you, my friend. Good to see you. So how's everybody doing? I hope everyone is having a wonderful Monday. I mean, it's Monday, right? The start of the week for those that work during the week. Mondays are not as good as Fridays, but we're going to make the best of the situation. Just want to appreciate each and every one of you for stopping by. Before I go any further, let's interrupt.
We interrupt this program to bring you an important announcement. For more awesome content, like and subscribe now.
Like and subscribe now. If you're watching me on Facebook, please do me a favor. Make your way over to my YouTube channel. Help me grow. I'm trying to grow my YouTube channel. Subscribe to my channel. If you want to continue to watch me on Facebook, on my page and group, that is fine. But if you can be kind enough to take a moment of your time, I know your time is very important, but if you can assist me with that and take a moment of your time, make it over to my YouTube channel and subscribe and hit that like button. I would truly appreciate that very, very much. Let's see who else is popping in real quick. Oops. Hold on, guys. 49er Media. Ancho's in the house. What's up, my brother? Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you, my friend. Good to see you. Good to see you. We got Tommy. Today, I'm just rolling with one camera, not all three cameras. That's why you see the other two cameras off, because I'm going to be doing the game prediction with one camera. Normally, I roll with three, but today I'm just rolling with one. The Packers gonna blow it in the playoffs. That's my Christmas morning. I love it. Alan Salas, hey brother, we got a Rams fan in the house. What's up, senor? Welcome to the channel. He's a Rams fan, but he's a cool dude, man. Appreciate you stopping by, my friend. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Appreciate that very, very much. And Tommy says that Facebook is fantastic. Fantastic Facebook. Got you. The Raiders media is here. Orale. Raiders Huxley in the chat. So are we saying that we're not Niner fans? That we are Raider fans undercover as a Niner fan, Mr. Tommy Huxley? Listen, guys. 2024. It's about to get started. OTAs this week. Then we got, hopefully once Brandon Ayuk signs, he'll be starting to come to practices. I don't expect Brandon Ayuk, honestly, to be at practice at OTAs. We didn't see that with Debo. We didn't see that with Nick Bosa. Now, minicamp. When minicamp comes around, whether Brandon Ayuk has signed or not, most likely he will be there because he doesn't want to get fined. But it doesn't mean he'll participate. Now, we have gone through this so many times before with Ayuk, Bosa, Kittle, Fred Warner. And we already know that the Niners, for whatever reason, they like to take their sweet time to get these guys signed up. Do I want Brandon Ayuk to get signed this week? Absolutely. But for what I've been hearing, they're far apart. Now, how much that is true or not, yet to be seen. Am I concerned? No. But I wish they can get within the ballpark and get this over with. The more sooner they get it done, the better it is for Brandon Ayuk and the San Francisco 49ers to try to go and get ring number 6 this year. We gotta attempt to do that. Ancho says, I'm a Niner fan. Oh, I know you're a Niner fan, bro. Shifties. Oh, Kalen. What's up, Kalen?
Thug Life Certified.
We got Kalen in the house. Shifty. Niners Talk. Coming live. Live. I appreciate you popping in, brother. Always an honor to see you in the chat, my friend. Make sure to subscribe to his channel if you haven't done so already. He brings up some great content during the season. He goes and does live games, speaks about the game, doesn't show the game, but he talks about the game. He interacts with the fan base. It's a lot of fun. Make sure to support my brother from a completely whole mother. So, there are Brandon Ayuk, Deebo Samuel, and Ricky Parcel. I would like to know, how good do you think this trio could be? How good do you think this trio can be? Deebo, Ayuk, and Parcel. Now, whether they go beyond 2024, I don't know. Whether Deebo is here in 2025 or he's gone, that's not the question. That is for something for the offseason of next year. But I would like to know sincerely, how good do you think this trio could be? If Ricky Parcel understands and picks up this offense, complex offense of Kyle Shanahan, but if he comes in OTAs, minicamp, and begins to observe all the knowledge from the playbook, and he's able to produce, how good do you think these three guys could be? And do you think the offense changes from Deebo, Ayuk, and Juwan Jennings to Brandon Ayuk, Deebo, and Ricky? Now, I'm not throwing no shade at third and Juwan. I love third and Juwan. I love Juwan Jennings. I think with Juwan Jennings, he's valuable to this team, a little bit underrated. But he's not your guy threat on third down. He'll pick up the third down if you need him to. But he's not that third guy that can bring threat and score, at least in my opinion. I think when you have Deebo and Ayuk, sparks fly when they have the balls in their hand. Again, I'm not throwing no shade on my boy Juwan Jennings. I think he's great at the position that he's at, but is he really that third guy that if Deebo is being doubled or they're on Deebo and they're on Ayuk, does Juwan Jennings offer that third option to burn someone? I think that Ricky Parcel brings that. I think he will bring that to this offense. So my question to you guys, how will this trio work? And do you think this offense will change dramatically, a little bit, or it won't change at all with the addition of Ricky? I'm curious to know. Yo. It's my brother. You're welcome. Always Shifty. We got Eric in the house. What's up, Eric? Good to see you, Eric. Good to see you. All right, you and Mr. Tommy Huxley are having a wonderful conversation in the chat. Appreciate you guys chopping it up. Kenny says, Ricky Cowing run a great out route. This playbook is finally opening up. That's an interesting point there, Kenny. I think the addition of Jacob, Cowing, and Ricky are going to be great. Now, I understand every every fan of their prospective team always has great hopes for the players that were drafted by their front office, right? But I like to keep it real. Am I a little bit of a homer? I could be. But I do like to keep it real. Just because somebody gets hired or picked up in free agency or in the draft, if they're not fit for this organization, I will say so. If they're not fit, if they don't fit into the scheme, into the program that we're trying to run here, I will speak it out loud. I like Jacob. I think Ricky is going to be good. But this is just my gut feeling. Doesn't mean nothing. But I think that Jacob Cowing is going to be a great receiver. I've been watching his tape at Arizona. The kid reminds me a lot of what's his name? His last name is Steve Smith. Remember Steve Smith from the Panthers? Steve Smith had that aura about him. He had that attitude about him. He had that attitude that nobody's giving me a chance. I am not your typical 6'4", 6'3" receiver. I believe Steve Smith was 5'10", or 5'9", excuse me. He was 5'9", and Jacob is 5'8". These are dogs that have to perform because of their size. But I love the attitude of Steve Smith. Whether you're a Panther fan or not, you got to respect the way Steve played with that attitude. When the ball was in the air, it belonged to him. And that's something that I see Jacob doing. Now, whether he turns out to be like Steve Smith or not, time will tell. But I do expect Jacob to definitely perform to his best of ability. And I cannot wait. Now, based on the offense that we run, though, based on the offense that we run under Kyle, will Jacob truly be capable of taking advantage of his abilities? Because this is just my thought. I love Brandon Ayuk. I love what Brandon Ayuk does. I love his route running. But I think the Niners don't get the best out of him because of the play calling, because of the style of the play calling. I think they leave a lot of meat on the bone when it comes to Brandon Ayuk. Imagine, I don't want him to leave, but just imagine, if you will, Brandon Ayuk in Kansas City, or Brandon Ayuk in Buffalo, Brandon Ayuk in Cincinnati. How much more would Brandon Ayuk look like with that type of offense? Now, it has nothing to do with Brock Purdy. It has nothing to do with Brock Purdy. It has everything to do the way that Kyle calls plays. Brock Purdy can get the ball out to Jacob. Now, maybe they're going to air it out. Maybe this is the year that Kyle Shanahan finally says, you know what? Shit hasn't worked. We've been to 2 Super Bowls, and we have come short. Maybe he figures we need to shake things up. We need to shake things up. We need to come with a different approach. If it ain't broken, don't fix it. But can we say that it ain't broken when we've gone to 2 Super Bowls and failed to get a ring? What is missing? Is it pieces to the roster? Is it the way Kyle coaches? Is it both? What is missing that the 49ers can be so competitive? They can be very relevant. They go every year, win double-digit games, always in the playoffs, always making it to the NFC Championship game, made it to 2 Super Bowls in 5 years, but just haven't been able to get over the hump. What is it going to take for the Niners to get over the hump? Is it adding a Jacob Cowing and Enrique Parcell? Or is it airing it out, going deep, doing things out of the norm? I mean, don't get me wrong. I love being competitive year in and year out. I love being competitive. I love that we're making the playoffs. I love that we go deep in the playoffs. But at some point, we have to get that 6th Lombardi. Don't we? Doesn't it suck that we get far and don't finish? When are we going to get across the finish line? The table Gabriel roll. Yeah, and I think he's going to use a lot in special teams. Definitely. Roberto Hastings, what's up, brother? Good to see you. Yeah, we're coming to SoFi week 3. Hey, listen, the Rams have definitely gotten better. They've been drafting well. They drafted 2 guys out of my favorite college, Florida State, Seminoles. They got Fix, D-tackle, and they got Verse, edge rusher. But they are going to play the year without arguably the best D-tackle in the NFL to have played, in my opinion, and Aaron Donald. How much will Aaron Donald's absence truly affect the Rams? Now, they picked up some great pieces. The pieces last year are great too, but they're not Aaron Donald. They're good, solid pieces, but they're not Aaron Donald. How good can this Ram team be? Now, they have beefed up the offensive line to protect Matthew Stafford, and that's great. I was talking to this Ram fan, and he's like, people didn't realize how people were counting out the Rams last year. The Rams are going to have a bad season, blah, blah, blah. And look at my Rams. They made the playoffs. Look how fast we made the turnaround. And I told them, it's easy to make a turnaround when you lose key players if one of those key players isn't your quarterback. If it ain't your quarterback, then you have a chance to turn things around pretty quickly. But if your quarterback is the reason, is the reason why you're making changes, that's when you run into problems. The Rams are playing good. They're going to have a good season. But their quarterback is not young anymore. Matthew Stafford is up there in age. If he gets hurt, God forbid, but if he gets hurt, the Rams will plummet. They will plummet to the basement easily. The Niners found their quarterback, young quarterback in Brock Purdy. The Seahawks has no quarterback. They have Geno Smith. I'd rather play Matthew Stafford on one leg than play Geno Smith with two legs. And Minnie Mouse, Kyler Murray, you don't know what you're going to get with Minnie Mouse. It's hard to say what you're going to get with Minnie Mouse. What's up, David McNiner? Rams will be just fine without AD. Well, of course you say that. You're a fan. What are you supposed to say? Oh my God, we're going to be terrible? So, listen, I'm not trying to put words in your mouth, Alan, by any means. But if your statement is Rams will be just fine without AD, then you're telling me that AD was no good. That's what you're telling me, right? Because when you have a great player like AD, an unreplaceable player, and he retires, there's a gap to be filled. By your statement, your words, not mine, Rams will be just fine without AD. That tells me that Aaron Donald wasn't as good as people thought he was, or at least not as good to Allen. Am I incorrect by making that statement? I'm going based on the words you put on there. Yeah, if we lost Bosa, it would be not good. Your offense did improve. Your offensive line did improve, but they got to work together. And Stafford is not as mobile as he once was. He's not as mobile as he was. He's up there in age. How mobile can he be? One bad hit. God forbid, I don't wish injury on no one. But that's it. Rams are going to run the hell out of the ball with Karen Williams. Listen, Karen Williams has shown me that he can play. He has shown me that he's a good running back. So I give you that. But with Kern, he's a rookie. I don't care who you are as a rookie until you show me, and I'm talking about Niner rookies too, until you show me that you can be productive on the field, rookies don't mean nothing until you show me that you can help out the team. So I'll give you credit on Williams, but on Karam, no. We have to wait and see what he brings to the table. I'm going to be doing my picks in a few moments, so hang in there with me. Your defense the lack of great running backs hurt a little. Still will be in the playoffs. Tommy, stop it. What's up, Terradome? We got Terradome in the house. How you doing, sir? Always an honor to see you here. We got Dana Harvey in the house, royalty. Welcome, welcome. Miss Harvey, good to see you. You don't consider Karen Williams a good one. I think you're probably talking to those that are talking to you in the chat. So I can't speak for the chat, but for myself, I think he's one heck of a running back. I like Williams. I think you guys hit with Williams. Listen, I can hate the Rams. I can hate the Seahawks. I can hate the Cardinals. But I'm going to give credit where credit is due. I'm never going to hate the player, just the team. And I won't even hate the fans, just the team. But I always will keep it real. Never gonna lie. I promise. Hey, Faithful, still at work. Hang in there, Roberto. Hang in there, brother. Hang in there. Hang in there, hang in there, hang in there. Williams, CMC, and it ain't even close. No, Williams is good, but he's not CMC. I understand that, Alan, but those guys still, even though they come from Florida State, the school that I rock Florida State Seminoles, but they still have to show me they can translate from college to the NFL. AD was already proven. Fifth and Verse have not yet to have played a down in the NFL. You can have hopes for them to be great, but you just don't know until they have a year under their belt. Now, Turner, your two guys you guys picked up last year, they each had 8 sacks, right? Or 8 and more sacks amongst them. That's pretty damn good. Can you get that? Oops, hold on. Can you get that same production from these guys? We will have to wait and see. Yep. They definitely drafted well, but we have to wait and see what they do. All right, let's go ahead. I'm going to read some of these real quick, and then I'm going to go ahead and let's do our predictions, shall we? Now, the roster has not been set. Minicamp hasn't even started. So this game prediction that I'm doing, how many games the Niners are going to win this year, it's all in fun. Don't hold me to it. If I choose the Niners to go undefeated, which I won't, but if I did, it's just a mock game prediction. It's not the law. Okay, so hold on, guys. Let me get situated. All right, here we go. Here we go. All right, so this is the schedule that we have for 2024. Now, we're facing, I believe, 4 teams that are coming off a bye. If I'm not mistaken, it's the Seahawks, the Bills, the Chiefs, and the Cowboys are 4 teams that we're facing when they come off their bye. Does the NFL hate the Niners? That's a question. Now, all right, guys. So, week 1, right out of the gate, we get Monday Night Football. Who do we get football with? We get it with the Jets. The Jets. There we go. Jets, Jets are going to lose. I'm taking the Niners to win this game. Yes, first games are always up in the air. Teams are trying to get themselves footed. They make mistakes. But Aaron Rodgers will be a first ballot Hall of Fame when he retires. But Aaron Rodgers is not the same Aaron Rodgers that he was during his MVP years, just a few years back. Prior to being traded to the Jets, that last year in Green Bay, he did not throw one single game over 300 yards. Then he got traded to the Jets, and unfortunately, in the hands of Leonard Floyd of the Buffalo Bills, he gets hurt and he's out for the season. Now he's playing once again on a Monday night to open up the season. This time he's playing on the road at Levi's Stadium against the San Francisco 49ers. And guess who the Niners picked up? Oh, yes. One, Leonard Floyd. So imagine Aaron Rodgers looking across from him and saying, oh, crap. He's following me. So because Aaron Rodgers is coming off an injury, I don't know how good he's going to be. Maybe towards the end of the year, he might be better. But getting him game one definitely gives the Niners a lot of advantages. So a win for Mr. Brock Purdy and the San Francisco 49ers. We got a super chat real quick. Then bring that super chat from Tommy. I appreciate the super chat, my friend. Thank you. Oh, hold on. I did it the wrong way. Sorry. My bad. Thank you so much for the super chat. All right, let's get back to the game. Ready? All right, so the next game we played, now week 2, we're only getting 2 10 a.m. games, morning games, which is, I like that. Now we're heading over to face the Vikings. Now, the last time we won in Minnesota has been in since 1992. Now, it's not like we're losing every year. We play them every year. We lose. We just haven't won in Minnesota. But the reality is this. No Kirk Cousins. It is Sam Darnold. Or even if it's J.J. McCarthy, a rookie or a no-good quarterback like Sam, the Niners should handle this and get the W week 2. Now, week 3, we come back home and we face the Los Angeles Rams in our second house, Levi South. People may say, why do you call Levi South? If you look at the game and you look at the crowd, guarantee you there's more Niner fans than they are Rams fans. Now, the Rams fans can get mad all they want. Why you stop calling it Levi South? Do something about it. Your Rams fan base doesn't go and support the Rams. your fan base rather sell the tickets to Niner fans than go and root for the Rams. So when we call it Levi South, don't get mad at us. Get mad at your own fan base for not having a backbone and supporting the team in LA. I'm just saying. All right. So this could easily be a win or a loss. Now, we have won and beaten the Rams every year, but that was last year. I am a type of person that I believe that no matter what you did last year, good or bad, this is a complete different year. The Rams haven't beat us in regular season, and last year's last game of the year did not count. It did, but it didn't. All I can say is their backup quarterback was better than our backup quarterback. So I'll give the Rams that. If we had a better backup quarterback, we would have won that game. But neither here or there. We are now in 2024. Can the Niners beat the Rams? They have a better offensive line. They have Cooper Kupp, which I think is not the same Cooper Kupp as before. I think he's declining, but they still have the rookie receiver, but Puka Nacua. They have Williams as a running back. They'll put a good fight, but I think our offense is much better than their defense. So I give us a win against the Rams. Now we come home to Levi's, our real home, and we host the Patriots. No Tom Brady, no Belichick, and no number 10 from Alabama, which I am not going to mention his name. He's not even worth it. If the Niners come to this game half asleep, they can lose this game. But I think the Niners will be well prepared and will have a victory against the Pats. Now here comes the Cardinals. Week 6. The Cardinals. The Cardinals are interesting. They always played us well, no matter who the quarterback is. Now, we have beaten them twice last year. I think the year before as well. But the Cardinals are that type of team that they're not good, but they play the division good. But I think our defense is way better than their defense. And our offense will put points on that defense. And it's whether the Cardinals come out and play or not, they will not be able to keep up with our score. So we will get the dub. So we are already 5 games in, and the Niners are 5-0. Is that me being a little bit of a homer? Should I say there's a loss for the Rams? No, I'll keep it a W. Now, Thursday night football. Thursday night or Monday night? I don't remember which one it is. Please correct me if you can. We head over to Seattle to play the Rams. Excuse me, the Seahawks. We head to Seattle to play the Seahawks. They have a whole new coach. They came from the Baltimore Ravens. That defense eventually will get better. That defense will eventually be a team to be reckoned with. I just don't see it happening in 2024. But their offense, even though they got Metcalf and they still have the other receiver, they have Geno Smith at quarterback. Geno Smith cannot beat the Niners. Geno Smith cannot beat the Niners. So I give this win to the Niners. We're 6-0. 6-0. Call me a homer if you like. And I'm not referring to you guys in the chat. I'm talking about people that are going to watch this video that are not Niner fans. Oh, he's a homer. Of course, they're 6-0. Argue my point. Look at the teams that we're playing and tell me if I'm being a homer. Can we lose any of these games? Of course we can. Will we? No. Now, week 7. Week 7. We play the Kansas City Chiefs. Come into Levi's. 2 years ago, they came in Levi's and played on October 23rd. Now they're coming to Levi's on October 20th. Now, I did not like the outcome of 2 years ago. We haven't been able to beat the Chiefs. We haven't been able to get out of that funk when it comes to the Chiefs. I really believe in mental blocks, just like Kyle Shanahan is in Sean McVay's head. Sean McVay struggles, although he has done it, but he struggles beating Kyle. And I think Kyle right now, unfortunately, struggles in beating Andy Reid. Can he do it? I hope so. But unfortunately, I'm going to give us our first loss against the Kansas City Chiefs. I know. Boo. I'm probably fired.
You're fired!
But I give a loss to the Chiefs. Then we play the Cowboys. Now, the Cowboys are coming off a bye. But it's Dak Prescott and company. Now, the Niners are going to be pissed that they lost once again to the Chiefs. They're going to be pissed. And unfortunately for the Cowgirls, they're going to take it. All that frustration, all that anger, once again losing to the Chiefs on the Cowboys. They're going to take it on the Cowboys. And they're going to win that game. Then we head into bye week. The bye week. Hold on, guys. We head into the bye week. Get our rest on. Get ready to go to Florida. Now, I remember when we went to Tampa, I think we opened up that year in Tampa. It was humid, disgusting hot in Tampa. Now it's going to be in November. Not as hot. They're coming off a bye. Tampa is a good team, but they're not a match for our offense. They're not a match for our offense. So Tampa will try to beat us. but won't be successful. We get a dub. Now, we come back home and we host the Seahawks. We host the Seahawks. We already beat the Seahawks in Seattle with that crowd noise. But we're playing on Thursday night football. Excuse me. It's Sunday, sorry. The first game was on Thursday night. Seattle struggles beating us at home. I don't trust Geno Smith. Until I see Geno Smith do something, I'm not worried about Seattle. At least not in 2024. So yes, call me a homer, call me what you want, but the Niners will sweep the Hawks. They will sweep the Hawks. Now we head over to Lambeau Field to play the Packers, Green Bay Packers, in November, late November. Brock Purdy doesn't have to worry about his gloves like when it's raining. He's going to have to take some skis with him. Can Brock Purdy capable of going to Lambeau Field in that hostile environment and outplay Kenny Rogers? I like to call him Kenny Rogers. Jordan Love. Now, I think Brock Purdy is the better quarterback and the Niners are the better team. But because we have been winning and we had to fly to Tampa and then fly back home, then play Seattle, then fly to Green Bay, I'm going to give this our second loss of the year. I still think the Niners are better. Our coaching's better. Our quarterback's better. But due to all the flying, I give this win to the Packers. Now, I don't know if the Niners are going to fly back or stay up there, because then they have to turn around and go right back to upstate New York. They're going to have to go to upstate New York and face the Buffalo Bills. Josh Allen. Now, they lost key components to their defense. They lost their top receiver in Diggs, but they still have Josh Allen. But would that be enough to put points on our defense? Now, this is going to be December 1st. If you think Lambeau Field is cold, Buffalo, particularly where the Bills play, gets pretty damn cold as well. But I think the Niners, it's going to be an ugly game. It's going to be a low-scoring game. But the Niners will come out with a W. They will prevail and get a W against the Bills. Now we come back home. After 2 games in the cold weather, we come back home to face the Bears, Caleb Williams, and the Bears. Now, what I preferred, I'm not afraid of the Bears anyway. Would I have preferred to play the Bears week 1? Absolutely. Caleb Williams in game 1 would have been destroyed by our defense. We still may do it in week 14. But week 1, Caleb Williams would have been running like a chicken without a head. Now, week 14, he's going to go through some adversity. He's going to go through some up and downs. He will have some games won under his belt. So Caleb Williams will be a different Caleb Williams week 14 than he would have been week 1. But he's still a rookie. And the Niners defense will remind him again how much of a rookie Caleb Williams is. I'm going to get you guys' comments in a minute. So I give this a W. Now we come back, we play the Rams. We host the Rams. This is a primetime game. The Niners do very well in primetime games, particularly against the Rams. So I'm not even going to sit there and even mess with this. This is a W for the Niners. Now we have to head over to Miami. We have to head over to Miami and face Mike McDaniels and his Dolphins. Again, we have to fly cross country to Miami. If you ask me, who's a better quarterback, Brock Purdy or Tua? Hands down. Again, you want to call me a homer? So be it. Hands down, Brock Purdy is the better quarterback than Tua. You put pressure on Tua, and he begins to make mistakes. I've seen it. If there's no pressure on Tua, Tua will hurt you. But you put pressure, if defenders get in his face, he will make mistakes. Now, can the Niners capitalize on those mistakes? I think they will. Could this be a win for the Niners, or could it be a loss? Is it a win? Is it a win or is it a loss? Let me see in the comments. I want to get everybody involved on this game. Let me know in the comments. Will the Niners win this game or lose this game? And depending on how many wins or losses that I see on the comments, I will go with that result. So everybody in the chat, please type in win or loss. Type in win or loss. We have Crazy Juice with a win. Who else wants to participate? I need you guys to participate. Lambs will get swept. Yes, they will. Do we beat the Miami Dolphins? Roberto says win. So we got 2 wins, no losses. Kenny says win. So we got 3 W's, no losses. If I see one more W before I see an L, I will give the win to the 49ers. I need to see one more W before somebody puts an L. And I'll give the W to the Niners over the Fins. Can we get that W? Okay, but it has to be someone else, Roberto. Nice try, though. Nice try, Roberto. Roberto's like, I'll put another W. Heck yeah. I love it. Cardcast in the house. Cardcast with the save.
Hell yeah! That's what I'm talking about.
He comes in with the save. So let's give the Niners the win over the Dolphins. Now, at this point, we only have 2 losses in the season. So we're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We are 12-2 at this point. We are 12-2. We come back home and we play the Lions. I think coming from Miami back home, and then we face a pretty damn good team in the Lions. I think this will be a little bit of a letdown, and I can see the Lions winning this game against us. Hold on, guys. I can see the Lions winning this game. Now, where will the Niners be at this point compared to the other teams in the West? In the NFC. Will the Niners at this point, with a 12-3 record, is it 12? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. With a 13-3 record, will they seal up the bye? Because the reason why I ask is this. If the bye is already in the books, the Niners will rest their players. And the last game against the Cardinals will not matter. It will not matter. So that Cardinals game could easily be a loss. Right? It could easily be a loss against the Cardinals. So, if that's the case, we end up being 13-4. 13-4. We get the bye, and we get to host 2 games in the playoffs. My question to you guys, you looked at the schedule. Is 4 losses about right based on who we played? Or you think, no, you know what, Niner sickness, you're a little too homer. You got to give the Niners more losses. And if I do have to give the Niners more losses, where do I give those losses at? So let's say, for sake of argument, this is just sake of argument, we don't sweep the Rams. So we lose week 3 against the Rams. So instead of having a 13-4, we now have a 12-5. Is that about right? Or do you guys think that no way we will sweep the Rams? Because if we lose week 3 in LA, Buffalo, all right, all right. So let's get the W back to the Niners against the Rams, and let's go with a loss in Buffalo. There you go, Roberto. So if we lose against Buffalo and Green Bay, we have a 12-5 12-5 record, which we had last year. We had a 12-5 record, and we were the best in the NFC. Therefore, we had to bye. Can the Niners have another bye with a 12-5 record? Or do we say, screw that? We're beating the Bills, and we're going to wind up 13-4. Does that sound better? 13-4? How does that sound? So that is my prediction, 13-4. We shall see what happens later on. Again, this is just for fun. Now, this is what I do want to say. Okay? This is what I do want to say. I want to have a couple of shows where you come on my show as a guest and we do the schedule prediction. And what you're going to do is you're going to tell me who, if the Niners win or lose that week. And at the end of the year, all those that participate, everyone that decides, but you have to come on the show. You have to be seen on the show. It can't be just, you have to be on camera. You have to be on the show to do the predictions. So if you are someone that wants to do that and you want to be on the show and you want to make your predictions, I will put your name and your prediction, plus it'll be on video. And at the end of the year, we'll see how many people hit on their prediction. If there's more than one, then I will do what I like to do is the duck race to win a prize. I may be doing a jersey giveaway to the winner, a 49er jersey. I think I have a Debo's jersey. Now, it will be 19, not 1. We'll see. I think I have a Ukes jersey as well. I have to look at my stash to see what I have available. But if you guys are down to come live, do what I just did, make your predictions. I save it on the video. I write your name down. And at the end of the year, we'll see how you did. And if you hit it, now you have to hit it. So if you say 12-5, it has to be 12-5 record. But the teams you said you're going to beat, we have to beat. And the teams that you said we're going to lose to, we have to lose to. It has to match. Okay? So if you pick 12-5 or 13-4, but you said we're going to beat the Cowboys and lose to the Bills, but yet we lost to the Cowboys and beat the Bills, and the record is 12-5 or 13-4, you still lose. Does that make sense? This is going to be for a jersey. So if you are interested, let me know. That is something that I would love to do just to have fun and have you guys come on, make your predictions, and then see at the end of the year what you guys come up with. What do you guys think? Something you guys will do? So keep in mind, I'm gonna repeat this on another show, and I'm gonna be putting my email, my number, contacts, where you can get a hold of me and tell me, hey, Niner Sickness, I want to go ahead and participate. And if I get enough people to play, then I will set it up for you guys to play in. All right, let me go through some of these messages before we call it a day. Let me go back up. I didn't see you come in. I don't know if you're still here watching or not, Jess, but welcome, East Coast Red and Gold Podcast. Welcome to the chat. If you are still here, say hello once again. If not, thank you for popping in. Roberto says 6-0. They need to beat the Chiefs to get that monkey off their back. It's going to be tough. Can the Niners beat the Chiefs? Absolutely. But I think it's a mental block. And they have to get over that mental block. I think if the Niners beat the Chiefs in a convincing manner, OMG. I really do. If the Niners play week 7 and they beat the Chiefs in a convincing manner, ain't nothing stopping us. Now, if we beat the Chiefs and say we beat the Chiefs by 3 points, I'm still happy. It's still a win. They still got over the hump. They finally beat the Chiefs. They take the monkey off their back. But if it's not in a convincing manner, I'll be like, okay, all right. At least we beat them. Can we do it again? I don't know. But I'm telling you, if we beat them in a convincing manner, I don't care where we play them again, we'll kick their rear end. It is there's a lot of traveling in the second half of the schedule. This is why I believe that the Niners is very important that the Niners accumulate as many wins in the beginning of the season to make up for a few losses they may have to endure in the second half of the season. If they don't start off and they lose a couple of winnable games in the first half of the season, it can get ugly really, really fast. So I really believe the Niners have to get off to a fast start. They cannot afford to get off to a slow start. If they do, we are in trouble. When it comes to the Dallas Cowboys, Kenny, honestly, I have to see it to believe it. Dak Prescott, particularly on the road, has not shown me he can handle pressure. He can handle adversity. He has not showed it to me. Until they beat us, I may have a different take. But until then, Kenny, just like I can't see us beating the Chiefs until we do, I can't see the Cowboys beating us until they do. I would like the Niners to beat the Chiefs so bad, but me, I have it as an L. Chiefs always find a way to win. That is true, Jimmy. Tampa is getting... It's going to be an interesting game to play against their quarterback, which got paid pretty damn good. They're getting flagged, huh? Yeah, I think we swept them last year, the year before. So this will be the third year, if indeed we sweep him again. Very good point there, Kenny. Yep, I agree with you, Roberto. I like it. If there's a game to lose to a certain team, let it be the regular season and not the playoffs, correct? Wow. You think so, huh? Interesting point there. Let's see. Brock is going to have a full offseason with no rehab. You know what's funny that you mentioned that, Roberto? Let me get this camera going for a second. It's very interesting that you bring that up because hold on for a second. A lot of people have been saying that Brock Purdy is not going to have a good year this year, that he's going to plummet, that he's going to fail. The true Brock Purdy is going to come out. And to me, I mean, that could happen. It's not totally absurd. But to me, to your point, is that he got hurt the first year that he started against Miami, and he went up getting hurt against the Eagles in the NFC Championship game. He was taken out. He had to go through rehab. He had to get himself better. He did not go through OTAs. He did not go through mini camp. He went through none of that. Finally played his first game. And a lot of Niner fans, myself included, were like, is he going to be available for week one? Is Brock Purdy going to be available for week one? Or are we going to have to start Sam Darnold for the first 4 or 5 games of the year? That was what's talked about a lot in the offseason of last year. What is Brock Purdy going to look like? And Brock Purdy came in, started week one against the Steelers on the road, and just played his ass off. And statistically, he had a career year. Over 4,000 yards, 30-plus touchdowns. He was in the MVP conversation. And don't give me Joe Burrow was hurt. All these players were hurt. That's why I can care less. Brock Purdy was in the MVP conversation without an offseason. His first complete season. And he was in the MVP conversation. Imagine Brock Purdy now with a complete offseason, going to OTAs, going to minicamp. He's already working with Ricky Parcell. Last year, he couldn't even work with Debo nor Ayuk. He's already establishing rapport with the rookie. Brock Purdy is throwing to the rookie and, establishing rapport between them. So people that say Brock Purdy's going to fail in 2024 absolutely must hate Brock Purdy. I have nothing against Trey Lance. I really don't. I wish him the best. I don't like him in the Cowboys, but regardless, I wish the young man the best. I hope somewhere, somehow, he can take off and do what he does best. But he did not work out for the San Francisco 49ers. I wanted Trey Lance to be drafted to the Niners. I wanted Trey Lance to be drafted to the Niners coming out of all the available. Mac Jones, Trevor Lawrence was going number one. But out of Trey Lance, Mac Jones, Fields, and the kid from that went to the Jets, can't think of his name. I wanted Trey Lance. The Niners gave up 2 number ones. They say 3, but it's 2, and they switched the other. But nevertheless, it was 2 number ones to go up and get Trey Lance. And he did not work out. He was the franchise of the Niners. They gave him a gold helmet. He was supposed to be the future. Thank you, Zach Wilson. Thank you, Crazy Juice. He was supposed to be the future of this franchise. Trey Lance. He has the body type. He has the arm strength. He had everything that we wanted in a quarterback, but he did not have it here. Again, I'm not talking smack about Trey Lance, but he couldn't process quick enough. He held on to the ball. He did not see things clearly on that field, and he struggled. He struggled. Could it be because he didn't play that much football in college? Maybe. And the Niners gave up 2 number ones, and a lot of people are mad that the Niners gave up what they gave up. They should have, if they knew they were getting Brock Purdy, they should have got so-and-so instead. You know how ridiculous that sounds? First of all, the Niners did not know what they were getting in Brock Purdy. If they did, they would have not picked him up with the last pick in the NFL draft. They too passed up on him until the 7th round. Am I mad that the Niners moved up to get Trey Lance? Absolutely not. John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan has shown me as a Niner fan, they are aggressive. They are aggressive to move up or to move down, right? To do what they need to do to win. They brought in Jimmy G, and they signed him at the time. Jimmy G was the highest paid quarterback, but based on what quarterbacks are getting paid now, it would have been a good deal. The problem was Jimmy G did not work out for us. That was the problem, not the contract. It was that he did not work out. Now, if Jimmy would have worked out, great. He didn't work out, unfortunately, but you can't be pissed off the Niners went after Jimmy. That was aggressive. When they went after D Ford, that was aggressive. Did D Ford work out? No. But they still went after him. Damn if you do, damn if you don't. If the Niners would have went for nobody, the Niners don't pick nobody up. The Niners don't want to win. They don't go, they're not aggressive. And when they are aggressive, and the player that they went after just happens not to work out, the Niners don't know what they're doing. What is it? Are they aggressive enough or not aggressive? In a perfect world, you want your team to be aggressive and you want them to hit on every person they went after. That's in a perfect world. But we don't live in a perfect world. There are going to be moments that we are aggressive and they're not going to work out. We went after D Ford. He didn't work out. I'm not mad at it. It sucks. It really does suck that he didn't work out, but I'm not mad at it. The Niners moved from 12 to 3 when they moved up to get Trey Lance. That was aggressive. That took some balls to move up from 12 to 3 to go and get a quarterback. Unfortunately for them, Trey Lance did not work out. Now, let's keep it 100. If they would have got Zach Wilson, he wouldn't have worked out. He's not no longer with the Jets. If they would have got Justin Fields, he wouldn't have worked out. He's no longer with the Bears. If they would have got Mac Jones, he wouldn't have worked out because he's no longer with the Patriots. The only player that is still with the same team is Trevor Lawrence, and he wasn't available in that year's draft. But the fact that the Niners moved up from 12 to 3 for the opportunity to get a franchise quarterback, I cannot be mad at that. I wish it would have worked. I wish that what we're seeing today in Brock, it would have been Trey. Everybody and their mamas would have been happy. The Niners got lucky. The Niners got lucky that they took Brock Purdy with their last pick. Pick 262. Mr. Irrelevant. And that he worked out. If Brock Purdy would not be here right now, we will be having a completely different conversation about going and getting a player like Trey Lance who did not work out. I mean, we traded Trey Lance to the Dallas Cowboys, and we were 1 or 2 plays from winning the Super Bowl. Let that sink in for a moment. Let it sink in for a moment. We moved up, gave 2 number ones. We got Trey Lance. He didn't work out. We traded him to the Cowboys. And yet, we were 1 or 2 plays away from winning our 6th Lombardi trophy with Brock Purdy. Any team that invests that capital in going after a franchise quarterback and that quarterback doesn't plan out, they are in trouble for a few years until they can figure out the quarterback situation. The Niners were gifted Brock Purdy with the last pick of that year's draft. Now, I know many of you are not big Brock Purdy fans, and that's fine. That's your right. Will he ever be the Joe Burrow, the Patrick Mahomes, the Josh Allens of the world, the Justin Herberts? Would he ever be those type of quarterbacks? Probably not. But is he good enough to win a Lombardi trophy in San Francisco under this system? Absolutely. Absolutely. I've heard a lot of people say, well, if you put Brock Purdy on another system, he won't be good. Maybe you're right. But it's not about putting him in any other system other than the system that he's in right now. And what he's shown me that he's capable of running this system very well. And when you have a coach and a quarterback that are on the same page, they think alike. That is a recipe for greatness. I believe that Brock Purdy is going to have a hell of a year in 2024. Maybe not in the stats, but in his performance on the field. I think Brock Purdy is going to show the world that he is the real deal, and he deserves the contract coming to him. It's not his fault that he's only 6'1". It's not his fault that he doesn't have a rocket of an arm. But his superpower is right here in between his ears. That's his superpower. His mind, his ability to process, his ability to see the field, to see the defense, to make the adjustments. to get out of the pocket when he needs to step into the pocket when he needs to. Everything on the field is moving fast. A lot of people can play Madden, right? They'll play Madden on the first level. The first level of Madden. Shoot, I can throw 50 touchdowns. No interceptions. And then you play pro. Then you play all pro. And then when you play all Madden, oh shit, that receiver that you throw multiple times open on the very easiest Madden, it's no longer easy on the all Madden, right? You start throwing interceptions. Defenders start coming at you. You start making mistakes. Why? Because all Madden is much faster. The computer plays much better than playing the first level. Brock Purdy can process like a machine. I cannot wait to see Brock Purdy in 2024 with Brandon Ayuk, Deebo Samuel, George Kittle, Christian McCaffrey, Juice, and now Ricky Parcell, and hopefully sprinkle in some Jacob Collins and Jawan Jennings. Is the offensive line enough? That, my friends, are the $1 million question. Is it enough to protect them? What year is McKivitz going to have in 2020? Is he going to improve in 2024? Or is he going to have the same or get worse in 2023? That, my friend, is the question that I have for McKivitz. Is Feliciano going to be right guard? Or is Pooney going to be the right guard? Will Brindle be starting at center? That kid from Michigan, although he's undrafted, the kid can play. And he plays center pretty damn good. Will the San Francisco 49ers offense look different in 2024 than it did in 2023? We shall see. But that's going to be my show for today. You guys are amazing. Thank you for hanging out with your boy Niner Sickness on the Monday night. Thank you for seeing my prediction. If you see this live later on, please leave in the comments your thoughts on my game predictions. I went 13-4, maybe 12-5. We'll see how it goes. Thank you guys for joining. Thank you for being part of the Niners Sickness Podcast. Make sure to hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, please go to my YouTube channel, subscribe. Even if you watch me on Facebook, on Twitter, Instagram, that's fine. But if you can be kind enough to go to YouTube, subscribe, I would appreciate it. Have a wonderful night. God bless. And always remain faithful. Go Niners. Peace.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.